Brewers Card Store here again with another baseball cards on a budget. So I went to the local Walmart and they were out of 2020 Topps baseball, period. Completely just wiped out. It was crazy. Matter of fact, their whole card section was kind of pretty dismal looking. So then I went to the local Walgreens, hoping to maybe get some of the hanger boxes. Of course, they were out. This is actually all of the baseball cards that they had there, and it just happened to come to $30, which is what we spend every week for this. So, and with that in mind, we really, in the very, very beginning, I talked about what I'm trying to achieve here. And basically, when you buy baseball cards on a budget, you really have to be very pointed in what you're looking for, or what you're collecting, because otherwise you could just be completely scattered. So, starting with the 2020 Top Series 1, I decided to collect the set, just the base set itself. And then after the base set, obviously there's the Turkey Reds and whatnot. And I've been collecting some of the Turkey Reds, or trying to get a full set of Turkey Reds. But outside of that, anything else is kind of a high goal to shoot for. I am looking at, outside of the baseball cards at a budget, looking at collecting the 2020 Top Series 1 gold card set, but neither here nor there. But now let's kind of focus in on what we got in front of us here now. I'm going to open the prime packs first, and then I want to play a little game with those 200 card packs, because I really don't like those packs anyway. But I saw another breaker do something I thought was kind of cool, and I'm going to go through that 100 card pack and pick out the best players and basically make a team. And then we'll actually pit the two packs against each other and see which one of the packs actually gives us the best team. So that would be kind of cool, but we'll do that after the prime packs, because that might be a little bit boring for some of y'all. But for me, it's going to be kind of like nostalgia, because when I was growing up, I liked to play baseball with my cards, which obviously wasn't good at the time, but it is what it is. And I don't plan on playing baseball with them, but I definitely plan on putting together the best team out of each pack. Now, if I kind of go behind this prime pack here, you see back there, we've got the Christian Yelich bobblehead. My mom got me that for my birthday, which is tomorrow. So thanks, Mom. And matter of fact, my sister picked it up when they went to Brewers on Deck in Milwaukee. So thank you, sister. She's my favorite sister. So anyway, that's that. Let's break into this prime pack to start with and see what we got in here. This is a new prime pack, not like the ones that we used to get here last year. This is the 2020 version. Maybe we'll have a chance at getting some 2018 update, but who knows. Let's see what we got for packs. Well, first on the top, we've got a Mookie Betts opening day pink chrome card. That's pretty cool. And then we got a 2019 opening day, a fat pack, holy cow, a fat pack of 2019 Topps Heritage, and then of course the 2013 Pinnacle Hobby Pack. And we'll start off with the Hobby Pack because yeah, this is probably the worst of what we got here. Well, this pack doesn't want to open, does it? Holy cow. Alright, so starting off with a Jason Kipnis, Troy Tulowitzki, Nick Swisher, Sin Soo Choo. What is this? Oh, it's one of those cool clear cards. I love these clear cards. Hiroki Kuroda, pitcher for New York Yankees. Clear Vision, it's called. That's pretty sweet. I like that. Adam Jones, Freddie Freeman, And Tyler Skaggs, R.I.P. All right, let's go. Let's do the opening day now. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe the opening day is going to be the worst pack here because we got that really cool Clear Vision card. All right, so opening day. Got Matt Carpenter, Edwin Encarnacion, Joey Gallo. Got the D-backs mascot. Now, you would think the D-backs mascot would be a snake, considering that the Diamondbacks, but, you know, whatever. Derek Dietrich, Nicholas Castellanos, and David Price. Sweet. All right. Now for the fat pack of Heritage. You may be wondering, what is Chris doing for his birthday tomorrow? Well, to be honest, I'm working. Yay. And then I basically, so the next day I'm going to pick up my daughter from across the state. We got to be there really, really early. So I got to leave here by like 3:30 in the morning. So basically I got to be to sleep before I get back home from work. So that'll be interesting. Anyway. All right. So who do we got in this pack? We got Mike Leake, Shane Green, Kyle Barraclough, Yomer Sanchez, Archie Bradley, Nick Cayufo, and Andrew Velazquez, rookies. ERA leaders. Darren O'Day. Look at that stash going on there. Nice. Maybe I need to start a stash collection like my buddy Brewers 87. Or Brews 87, sorry. CC Sabathia, who had a really nice year with the Brewers many years ago. American Top 40 hits the airwaves. Tragedy strikes Marshall football team. World Series champs. Is that? Okay, that's Boston. John Gant. Yeah, that guy Candelaria. Ken Giles. Ketel Marte. Matt Strahm. Joey Lucchese. Marlin rookie stars Austin Dean, Isaac Galloway, and Pablo Lopez. Javi Baez. And Colin McHugh. All right, so that's it for the first prime pack. Most exciting card in there has got to be that Clearview, even though the player wasn't all that great. It was still a pretty sweet card, but nothing to write home about in that box, really. So let's get this second box going here and see what we can find. Oh, look at that. That's ironic. I didn't even notice that when I picked it up. Who is on the front of the box? The quote-unquote bonus card. The bonus card in this pack is, boom, Jesus Aguilar, Brewer. Sweet. I hope that's not the best card we end up getting in the pack or in the box. All right, let's see. So again, 19 opening day, 19 Heritage, and 2013 Pinnacle. We're going to go opening day, then Pinnacle, and then Heritage. All right. Corey Kluber is up to bat first, and then Sin Soo Choo. Mike Trout, not bad, not bad. 150-year Francisco Lindor. Jake Bowers, rookie card. Didi Gregorius. And last but not least, former Brewer Gene Segura. Nice. So, Mike Trout, definitely the best card in that pack. Again, hopefully not the best card that we pull here, period, but not bad getting a Trout. Getting a Trout on any day makes it a good day. All right, so we got another Clearview. Look at that. Jeff Zabarja, Jim Johnson, Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Famer, right on. Mike Napoli, and who do we got here? Oh, well, I already see. It is Hunter Pence. That is another sweet card. I'm glad That one says triple. I wonder... I'll have to look that up. That says triple. I wonder what the other one said. Let's go back. That one was a complete game. All right, cool. All right, who else do we got left here? George Brett, another Hall of Famer. Starlin Castro. Tony Cingrani. And back to the beginning, Mike Napoli. All right. That was pretty sweet. Have to check and see what the significance, if there's like different levels to that, or if it's just that's what came on that particular player. I don't know. I wasn't collecting in those years, so we'll have to do some investigating. Doesn't look like there's anything special in here, but let's check and see. Another Shane Green, a Kyle Barraclough, so obviously same correlation here. Yolmer Sanchez, Archie Bradley, Jared Hughes, Tony Watson, Francisco Cervelli, sorry, RBI leader, Max Kepler, Aaron Judge, not bad, Geraldo Parra, Colin Moran, Nationals rookie Jimmy Cordero and Austin Voth, Steve Chiswick, Kyle Hendricks, Adam Conley, Clayton Richard, Trevor Williams, Robbie Erlin, and Roberto Perez. All right, so that concludes that box. Oops, bring that back. There we go. Now, for the fun. All right, so box number one. Let's see what we can pull from this bad boy, or who we can get. I think this comes with 100 cards and a pack, and it also says 1 in 4 contains a hit. Well, what is it? What do we consider to be a hit? There's old cards in here, so this ought to be like nostalgia time. It looks like a pack. There's an older pack of Don Russ, so that could be interesting as well. All right, so who is our quote-unquote bonus card? Okay, so that is Home Run Challenge Ozzie Albies. And he really doesn't have... All right, now, the way we're going to play this is we will go by the stats on the card, unless I feel otherwise. And I just want to include that person because I think that they're awesome. All right, so Bernard Gilkey. Now, yeah, I was going to say outfield. We can kind of put them in like a diamond shape here and see what we got going on here. Actually, no, I think we'll just kind of pull them back and we'll see. Johnny Grubb probably is going to make the team. Bert Hooton definitely not going to make the team. Washington, no. Milt Coolier, no. Rick Lysander, definitely not. What is that? Okay. Eddie Zosky, shortstop, no. Jim Corsi, oops, let me get that so you can see it. Jim Corsi, no. There's a 1981 card. That is pretty crazy to find in here of Lynn McLaughlin. Definitely not going to make our team. Randy Bush, DH, probably not. Doug Sisk, most definitely not. Fred Manrique, no. Well, Roger McDowell is probably the most recognizable player that I've seen so far, so he is probably we'll put him for the bullpen. Mark Lemke, I mean, he was okay. I mean, he's pretty much average player, but let's consider him for second base. And then Luis Sojo, not so much. Felix Fermin, no. Cecilia Galante, Don Robinson, George Bell. All right, finally somebody for the outfield. So consider George Bell for that outfield there. And next, Pat Borders for catcher. Well, considering he's really the only catcher that's really come along, we will put him there. Of course, right after that is Jim McNamara, but I don't know who Jack McNamara even is, so we're not going to go that route. Wilson Alvarez, Rich Rowland, AAA Toledo Mud Hens catcher. Funny, Toledo Mud Hens. We were just watching MASH earlier today, and Klinger was a big fan of the Toledo Mud Hens. All right, now we're going to Daryl Boston in the outfield. Luis Salazar for third base. I don't remember. He had 14 home runs, 250. Yeah, that's kind of sad, especially for a third baseman. Denny Walling, even with my attachment to the Astros, I don't think he is going to make our roster. Mike Mussina, definitely the best starting pitcher we've got so far. So Mussina is right now is our starting pitcher. Jerry Reed, definitely not. Gino Petrelli. You know what? This is one of those where I'm going to make a judgment call, because between Pat Borders and Gino Petrelli, Petrelli caught one of Nolan Ryan's, maybe two, of Nolan Ryan's no-hitters. So we are going to make him our catcher. And Jimmy Jones. So no Jimmy Jones. All right, then Steve Buechele. Well, he may be the best third baseman. He is up to this point anyway, even though he's not much. But we will put him in there for now. Oscar Azokar, Rob Nelson, first base. Reggie Sanders, rookie card. Well, again, this kind of goes down to we're kind of running out of options. I mean, I know we're still quite a few cards away, but let's just put him in the outfield for now. Sandy Alomar Jr. doesn't really have his stats on there, but I don't think I want him in there. Danny Darwin, Milt Hill, Bill Sampson, Kent Tekulve. Now that kind of brings, where do we want to go here? Do we want our closer to be Kent Tekulve or Roger McDowell? So let's base it on the year that this card was. Kent only had 3 saves in this particular, even though he was in 90 games. So this really probably not going to make it there. And McDowell had 19 saves. So Mr. Sidearmer or Underhander is not going to be here. Kevin Gross. Who's on the back here? Jose leaned for second base. I know this is one of Jab's favorite players, but I don't think Jab, or that he's going to make our team. Rafael Santana. Jeremy Hernandez, definitely not. Rock Reigns, okay, Hall of Famer. This is probably toward the latter part of his career, but I think Rock Reigns makes it into our outfield. He still had 49 stolen bases, so Rock Reigns is definitely in the outfield as of right now. So right now our outfield is George Bell, Rock Reigns, and Reggie Sanders as of right now. John Franco. John Franco is still in the prime of his career here. John Franco is taking over the bullpen for Roger McDowell. Fred McGriff, the crime dog, with 31 home. He's probably going to end up being our first baseman here. Jeff Ballard. Geronimo Baroa. Kevin Wicklander. All right, as much as I want to give a home team advantage to the Milwaukee Brewer, even I don't remember Mike Ignatiak. Yeah, no. All right, and then we have our pack. What year is this? Looks like 91 or 92. I forget. It's been a while. So let's bust open this pack. Let's see what we can pull from it. Maybe we can find somebody to head up our team here. Puzzle piece. Jay Buhner. I think Jay Buhner is going to replace Reggie Sanders. Well, Jay Buhner still wasn't great here, but I still think that Buhner outdoes Sanders. So let's get rid of Reggie Sanders and put Buhner in the outfield for now. Lance Johnson, Rafael Palmeiro. Well, it looks like, ooh, do we pick Rafi or do we pick McGriff? Rafi still, according to this card here, still wasn't on steroids yet. Only hit 8 homers that year in 156 games, only 53 RBIs. Had a 275 ERA batting average. So the crime dog stays in place. Palmeiro and his drugs can go back there. Okay. Well, of course, he wasn't on drugs yet. But anyway, Marquise Grissom, Matt Williams. Ooh. That's going to make for an interesting fight at third base. Yeah, Bouchel's gone. Matt Williams. Even though Matt Williams wasn't really doing much at this point in his career, definitely going to take over third base. John Moses, Pete Harnish, Tom, I don't even know what, or not even Tom. What? How does it say? What does that say? Oh, that's because, okay, Tom McGran, never heard of him. All right, Pete Smith, no. Ken Phelps, DH. Am I going to do DH? Yeah, I might as well do DH. Is Ken Phelps the DH, though? It looks like this was a down year for him. The previous year, he had a tremendous year, but down year for him. Sid Bream rears his ugly head again. Mark Cameron, Larry Walker. That's a Larry Walker rookie card even. Very nice. But his numbers there are not the best, so we're not going to put him in there quite yet. Kevin Mitchell's definitely got to make our team, and I think I'm going to make him... Well, this is young, so we're going to make him the outfielder, and this is probably toward the end of George Bell's career. So we're going to put George Bell as DH, and then Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt was a halfway decent pitcher in his prime, but of course he fell off, and we're not going to put him in there. All right, this is going to take a little longer than I thought. There's quite a few cards in here, well, 100, duh. And trying to evaluate each player or whether or not they're going to make our team. All right, so then we got Dennis Leonard. Then we got Ken Forsch, 83. Ken was a pretty average run-of-the-mill pitcher back in the day, but he's not going to beat Mike Mussina. Larry Gura, also a very run-of-the-mill player back then, or pitcher back then, but not going to make the team over Mike Mussina. Ron Jackson. Ron Jackson had a couple of good years, but not going to make the team. Ron Hood, Ed Whitson, Pete O'Brien, Bobby Grich, second base. Now, this is also toward the end of Grich's career, but you know what? He was still kind of hitting the ball fairly well here. Who do I have at second base? Mark Lemke. You know what? Grich beats out Lemke, so Grich goes in there. That's an interesting card. A Long John Silver's limited edition series, set 7, 5 cards. Here's the checklist. Nolan Ryan's on this checklist. I wonder, I'll have to go through all my cards. I wonder if I've got this Nolan Ryan here. Interesting. All right. Onward we go. Ozzie Guillen for shortstop. Do I even have? I don't think I have a shortstop picked out yet. And he's hitting a solid 279. He stole 13 bases. So as of right now, Guillen is the best shortstop that we have. Denny Martinez, another one of those good average run-of-the-mill pitchers. Don Quisenberry. And this is right in the middle of his prime when he was doing it. I believe good old Quisenberry is going to beat out John Franco. Maybe that's just nostalgia. My best friend Brad would probably have something to say about that. But anyway, Eric Show. Chris Pritchett. Rick Dempsey. Now, Dempsey was a good catcher, but this is also at the end of his career. Let's just stay with Gino Petrelli right now. Now, Eric Davis in his heyday. Excuse me. I believe Mr. Buhner is going away, and Eric Davis in his heyday is going to take the field. All right. Dave Bergman, Chad Fox, Steve Yeager. Now, this is out the end of Yeager's career, so he's definitely not going to make it. Apier, Jack Clark. Now, he's not going to beat out the crime dog. John Cerruti, Gary Pettis. Nope, definitely not better than what I got out there, but he was good. Luis Salazar, Sid Bream, Paul McClelland, Danny Tartable, Jack Clark again, even later on in his career, so he's definitely not beating out anybody. Tartable, this was actually one of his best seasons. Does Tartable beat out Kevin Mitchell is the question. Kevin Mitchell at 47 and 125. I think Tartable in his prime, though, beats out George Bell here. So, although George Bell had a good year, too. So, I mean, which way do you go here? 31 homers, 100 RBIs, 316 batting average, and 6 stolen bases. George Bell, 18 homers, 104 RBIs, 290. Boy, that is really close. That's like almost too close to count. Let's go to triples. 2. He's got 3. 35 doubles. Overall hits 153 to 182. Oof. All right, George Bell stays as the DH for now. All right, now Paul Sorrento, Angels team leader, Robbie Wine, Randy Myers. Wow, Randy Myers had some good years too. This was not one of them. Dan Gladden, Scott Luis, Norm Charlton, who also had some good years in the pen, but he really wasn't a saves guy, so he doesn't necessarily make it as our closer. Carlos Garcia, Jeremy Accardio, rookie card? Weird. I don't know who this guy is even. Bob Patterson, let's get this back in. Joe Gray, John Patterson, Willie Randolph. This is also toward the end of his career. I don't think Willie Randolph takes second base. Solid at this point, but he's definitely not going to make the team. All right, and then we got Lou Trevino, Kurt Gibson. Ooh, trying to make life difficult for us. Only 13 homers that year, 261. Nope, this was definitely not one of his better years. Adam Conley, Mike Fultonavich. Nice. Uh-oh. So, cool. We got 2 Brewers. And we got Ryan Braun in the outfield, and we got Hernan Perez, who is not going to make our team, but we got to set him aside. But Bronny, 20 homers, 254 that year. You know what? Unfortunately, Ryan Braun is not going to make the team. So, let's take a look at our team here. I'm not going to bother doing a leadoff hitter and everything else, but catcher, we got Gino Petrelli. Fred McGriff, the crime dog, at first base. We've got Bobby Grich at second base. We've got Ozzie Guillen at shortstop, Matt Williams at third base. We've got Kevin Mitchell. And Rock Raines, Hall of Famer, and Eric Davis in his prime. And then starting, we've got Mike Mussina. And then Dan Quisenberry finishing off the game. And, oh, and DH, George Bell. All right, so that is team number 1. Told you this is going to go a little long. I apologize. So, team number 2. Let's see what we can find. See if we get some good stuff. All right. So, top card here. Salvador Perez. Then we're going to start off as our catcher because he definitely had a good year that year. All right. Cliff Johnson, 81. Not going to make our team. Bob Stanley, not going to make our team. We don't know how to say his name. Veras, not going to make our team. Ron Jones, not going to make our team. Randy Bush, definitely not going to make our team. Edgar Martinez. Well, we definitely put him in the DH spot right away, right? And 29 homers. 356 average that year. Oh, he's definitely going to be our DH. I have a feeling that is nice. Nobody's going to pass him. Unless somehow we got a Babe Ruth card in here. Derek Gibson, rookie. Gerald Young. Eric Anthony. Bill Caldwell, Mike Lum, Braves. Sorry, 81. That is really, for a 90 or 81, just in here, it's actually in really good shape. All right. Pat Astacio, Craig Corbett, Dave Gallagher, Bill Wegman. Again, wanted to go for the Brewers. You know, home team advantage, but he definitely isn't going to make it. Mike Morgan, you know, he had some good years. Not really, kind of, but he's not going to make it. Jack Clark, Diamond King. Scott Scudder. Oh, why is this all flipped around like this? Ooh, Sport Flick. Is that who I think it is? Is that? It is Ellis Burks. Well, without any other takers right now, we'll put Burks in the outfield, but let's keep looking and see what else we got. Jim Clancy. Jeff Reardon. Is this the years that he was having his... Yes. So, good chance Jeff Reardon is going to end up being our closer here, unless we find somebody way better. Marquise Grissom, he had a couple good years. This is not one of them. Marvel Wynn. Mike Flanagan. How does Flanagan look that year? Horrible. Not taking Flanagan. He was also a very average run-of-the-mill pitcher. Bobby Witt, is this one of his? Nope, not one of his good years either. Luis Rivera. Let's see. I don't know. He was all right. I mean, as far as shortstops go. So let's put him at short for now. See what else rears its ugly head as we're going along here. Terry Kennedy, Joe Sambito. Spoon up his nose. Mike Brown. Jose Gonzalez. Brian Holman. Kurt Manwaring. Will Clark, All-Star. That's just his. All right, so right now, he's a de facto first base. Sean Bosky. David Cone. Uh-oh, I think we got a winner. Nope, not quite yet. He wasn't quite on top of his game just yet here. So, no. Dusty Baker. Now, I guess if we were looking at managers, we would probably pull him up as a manager, but this is at the end of his career, so he's definitely not going to make the team. Steve Crawford, Chad McConnell, Mark Sullivan, Rod Beck. No, Beck had some good years in the pen. Is this one of them? Probably not. Nope. Okay. Tim Drummond, the rookies. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this particular color. Manny Trejo, Steve Farr, Ray Sanchez, Israel Sanchez, Mike Smithson, Jose Bautista, Gary Cooper. We'll come back to the pack. Let's get through all the spare cards here. Atlee Hammaker. Come on. Pat Borders. Again. Mike Greenwell, MVP. Greenwell is definitely going to make it to the outfield for now. Franklin Stubbs, who had a good year here or there. This is not one of them. Ron Kittle. Kevin Apier is probably, right as of right now, the best starter we've seen so far. So Apier so far is the starter. Steve Wilson, R.J. Reynolds. Well, we better start finding some players here. We're missing third base, second base. This pack just has not been kind. Oops, there we go again, hitting the camera. Sorry about that. Bring that back around. Ooh, Bobby Thigpen. Yeah, if this is the year that I'm thinking it is, then Thigpen is taking $19.90, saved 1 year. Yep, okay, so Thigpen is now our bullpen pitcher. Chris Haney, Tim Cruz. Pendleton becomes our third baseman because we don't have one yet, and he's the best we've seen. Dave Martinez, Rich Rodriguez, Tommy Green, Darren Fletcher, Franklin Stubbs. Who's my first baseman now? Will Clark, yeah, Franklin Stubbs. Even though he's a Brewer, does not beat out Will Clark in his prime. Ray Searage, also a former Brewer, not going to make the team. Angel Salazar, Rafael Valdez, Chris James, Lance McCullers, Craig Nettles, third base. I got Pendleton there now. This is the end of Nettles' career. Yeah, he's not going to beat out Pendleton. Tony Castillo, Al Newman, Tom Gordon, Flash Gordon. Where was he at this point? Kevin Apier, Tom Gordon. I'm going to have to, those are the two best, and I'm going to have to make that decision at the end. Cladell Washington, Bob Melvin, Mike Brumley, Scott Chimp, Randy Newman. Let's see what else we got going on here. Mike Bell, a checklist. So what is it like? We're going to include a checklist there? We don't have a second baseman yet. Jimmy Gantner just became the de facto second baseman. And definitely gave him the home field advantage there. Oil Can Boyd, although I love the name, yep, not going to make it because he had a 5-something ERA that year. George Bell, again, in for DH consideration, but he's going against Martinez. So he's going to end up going into the outfield because he's is the third best outfielder that I found so far. Then Frank Bullock, John Moses, AC/DC Brian Johnson. That almost does not fit at all. Okay, there's no place on the field for you, pal. Well, okay, here we go. The other one doesn't have this, but he's singing the national anthem. All right. Anyway, Alfredo Griffin. Is he second base? No, he's shortstop. Who's my shortstop right now? I'm afraid Alfredo Griffin is going to take shortstop here. Maybe not. No. Actually, Rivera is still a better shortstop. John Wayner, Keith Miller, Joe Pittman, Brian Anderson, Brent Suter. This actually has to be his rookie card, I'm guessing. Fortunately, he doesn't have the stats to be my starting pitcher. Jesse Winker, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Benintende's benediction. All right, so that kind of concludes that one. Let's see who we got here. Catcher, Salvador Perez. First base, Will Clark. Oh, wait, no. I still have this pack here. Pack of 90, Don Russ. All right, who we got in this pack? Melito Perez. Mike Stanley. All right. Giamatti. So we got a commissioner for our league. Jose Nunez. Steve Farr. Tony Gwynn. All right, now, who did I put out here again? That was Burks. Burks is gone. Tony Gwynn is definitely in the outfield now. Steve Jeltz. Mike Felder again. Not going to get the hometown discount. Mike Scioscia for a catcher. Ooh. Do we replace? I mean, if I needed a coach, but I don't think he's going to be our catcher. Luis Quinones, Mike Kinnery, Lance McCullers, Steve Olin, Alex Trevino, Jay Buhner, and Uribe might end up taking our shortstop spot. Nope. Luis Rivera is still our shortstop. All right, so let's finish this up. Again, back. Perez is our catcher. Will Clark is our first base. Jimmy Gantner, yay, Brewer made the team. Is our second baseman. Luis Rivera is our shortstop. Third base, Terry Pendleton. Outfield, Gwynn, Greenwell, George Bell. Oh, we didn't make our mind on pitching. Do we want Flash Gordon or do we want Kevin Appier? Oh, I think Appier is going to win here because he had a 2.76 ERA that year, and Gordon's got a 3.73. And so Kevin Appier is going to end up winning that. Bobby Thigpen in the pen, and designated hitter Edgar Martinez. So let's make a quick comparison. I'm going to move my camera over here just a little bit. Okay. So, in the pen, we've got Quisenberry versus Thigpen. Thigpen wins. Starting pitchers. Okay, so put that there for winners. All right. Appier versus Mussina. Still think this was early in Mussina's career. It is, but just based on overall career, we're going to go, because he still had a good year that year. It just wasn't quite the year that Appier had, but based on the overall career, we're going to go Mussina. All right. Now, oh, George Bell didn't make this team. All right. Eric Davis versus George Bell. Well, Eric Davis wins. Mike Greenwell, Rock Raines. Rock Raines wins. Tony Gwynn, Kevin Mitchell, Tony Gwynn wins. Matt Williams versus Terry Pendleton. Ooh, Matt Williams had a horrible batting average that year. Pendleton wins. Guillen versus Rivera. Guillen wins. Gretsch versus Gantner. Home team advantage. Haha. Gantner wins. The Crime Dog versus Will Clark. Wow, that's going to be tough. We'll have to go by the numbers here. 31 homers here. Oh, this didn't have numbers for Will Clark that year. I guess we're going to go McGriff, just overall career. And then last but not least, we got the catcher position. Oh, not last but not least. Petrelli versus Perez. Perez wins. And then DH. Now, it would have been funny if it would have been George Bell versus George Bell. Actually, that would have been a virtual tie because both of these were 1990 George Bell. So that would have been interesting if that had been the way it worked. But that is not the way it worked. Now we have George Bell versus, so it looks like, oh yeah, Martinez wins this hands down. So let's see, overall position players, pack number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 4, or actually 5. So barely winning out is pack number 2. Didn't score a whole lot of Hall of Famers in there, so it was kind of hard to, not as easy to pick out the foregone conclusion winners, but very, very fun exercise. And hopefully you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed doing that. You guys go out there, have a fantastic week. If you have time, drop me a happy birthday in the comments. Not that I'm like begging for it. And if you like what you saw, hit like over here. And if you're not a subscriber, press subscribe over here, here. There we go. And then, of course, leave comments on the bottom, not just happy birthday, but whether or not you liked what I did here today. Maybe I'll do it again. But now it's time for me to shut the camera off and go to bed. Actually, it's Sunday night, so by the time this gets online, it's probably going to be my birthday anyway. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great one. Bye.